Hey guys, so last night I was totally exhausted. I actually got in an argument in the middle of the night with my husband because, which is ironic because we were talking about, or I was talking about, you guys aren't really talking to me, I'm talking to myself. Um, I was talking about resentment from friends and family after seeing me have such a psychotic break, and treat them bad, be mentally abusive, and say weird things and stuff. Um, and like with my husband, um, I was abusive to him. We had only been married a couple of months, and I thought he was, living a secret life. So I was out there and I was unfaithful to him. And it's because of my illness. I was fully blown manic and I was hypersexual. And it's not really about sex. It's about like needing some sort of comfort or control. I don't even know, but it's a symptom. And it's a really bad one. Thankfully, I have a husband who read up on my illness, found out everything he could, and did everything he could to understand me. However, he still has resentment towards me to this day, even though he says he doesn't. And it's hard for me because in the middle, so what happened last night was I was really tired. He knew I was really tired. He knew the last couple of nights I haven't been sleeping that well. And, like I said in previous videos, it's really detrimental. And my little sister's in town and my cat woke me up in the middle of the night wanting me to pet her. And so I got up, my sister was up and I was talking to her for a few minutes and then my dog had to go out, and I had done that video earlier and it just takes a few seconds to upload it. And I'm like, might as well just upload it. I don't even care at this point. And, so he came out and he got really mad at me because he's like, you're keeping really bad sleep hygiene, you're going to go manic again. And so it's like a really strong fear that he has that I'm going to go manic again. And it's really really for me too. It's what all of my nightmares are about, are me, ending up in this state again. And it's so hard because I love him so much and he was the only one that was there for me. And I have so much resentment from my family. And my parents didn't even come to see me in the hospital when I was hit by the car. And, my mom says it's because, oh, well, they said your injuries weren't life-threatening. I'm sorry, I was in ICU for 4 days, so I don't know what that means. I mean, they live a good 5.5, 6-hour drive away from where I was, the hospital that I was at, but they were angry with me. They said it was my fault because I was not letting the doctors operate on me. That's what they told my husband. They have very little understanding of this disease, and to this day they have very little understanding of this disease. And I have tried to talk to them about it and try to give them information because I have another family member who is also diagnosed with bipolar disorder and she doesn't know anything about even hypomania, and she's diagnosed with bipolar type 2, and she didn't even know what hypomania was. And I'm like, so your psychiatrist never explained this to you? It's insane. It's even the doctors aren't telling us, aren't telling these kids that are coming, look, you need to do this and you need to do that because you need to take care of your mental health. But anyway, back to what I was talking about, because I did go off on a tangent there, but it's hard for me because it makes me lose faith in my own ability to take care of myself. And, we all need other people, but I think I'm doing pretty good most of the time. I mean, it's been 3 years since my episode. I've been taking my medication, and there was one time where I felt there were 3 nights in a row where I only got 5 hours of sleep. So I went to see my psychiatrist and I said, look, I don't know if I'm slightly hypomanic. I'm having all these creative ideas, and she assured me that I was okay, but it's I'm on top of it. And every time I don't get I'm up a little bit later than I should be, my husband freaks out. And it's hard. It's every day, like it's totally a daily struggle. But I just want to say, like, whatever, like, I kind of spaced out and was trying to talk about yesterday, it has to do with my biological mother. When I had my panic attack last week, and this video is going to be longer, when I had my panic attack a couple days ago, or 3 or 4 nights ago, or whatever it was basically because somebody added me on social media and I did not recognize the name, and there were only like 2 pictures, and this woman has done shit like this before, where she's like done nefarious things, and like in the past to me, like she's done really weird shit to me. I don't want to get into it, but I immediately thought that it was her catfishing me. And I wasn't sure, I wasn't 100% sure, but I was pretty sure. So I was talking to a friend about it, and I had sent her a message like a while ago. What happened was, after I went manic, I started talking to this woman again, right? I was estranged from her for 11 years, and I started talking to her again after the episode. I'm like, okay, well, maybe I was supposed to have a relationship with her, you know, so I'll try to, you know, keep her at arm's length. It turned out was so toxic for me that I went to visit her every time after I have a visit for her. Last time it was the worst. It literally took me 3 months to get over it. I was isolating all the time. I wouldn't leave my piano room. I did nothing but play piano. I didn't hang out with any friends. I didn't go to yoga. I didn't really do anything. And it's because she's such a trigger for me. And right now she's really sick, and she's telling my brothers things about me that are not true, her and her husband. And she's just like, she's not a good person. And it sucks because, you know, as a kid, like, you love your parents unconditionally. And because what happened was, her and my dad were married. They had a horrible marriage. I had a really traumatic childhood. They fought all the time. And one morning on Valentine's Day, I'm 13 years old. I wake up, my mom is gone, and there's a 2-page letter saying, you know, it's not your fault. You know, I'm really sorry. I had to leave. You know, I promised I would never leave my kids because my mom left me, blah, blah, blah. Please, you know, please forgive me. I'm so sorry. And please watch after your brothers. They really need you, and da-da-da-da. And I had already been, like, at 13 years old, we kind of were like latchkey kids because she did get a job at some point. And so I was already looking after them all the time because she basically ignored us anyway. And so my brothers have no clue how awful this woman has been, how manipulative and how neglectful and how horrible she's been, because as children, we love our parents unconditionally, and all we ever want from them is love. And if they abandon us or leave us, you know, it's like a hole in your heart. And she has just destroyed my brothers, like, in so many ways, and it makes me so crazy. And so I saw her in August, and she was so narcissistic and just awful, like, and it just, I don't even want to talk about it. It's going to be too long, but basically I sent her I finally told her off in a message. I've never told her how I felt ever, and I finally told her off. I sent her this really long text message. I was done. I was like, I don't ever want to talk to you again, ever. Because she told me a couple months prior she didn't want to talk to me ever again. And I was like, but she does that. Things get tough and she, like, packs up and leaves. And so her husband and her went and told my brothers that I was repeatedly texting her and saying horrible things to her and calling her up, or they called me or something like that. Never happened. None of it. So she just lies. And it's like, the thing is that I want to love her. And I do love the person that she is capable of being, but the person that she is right now is just so horrible. And just, like, beaten down by life and angry and drug addicted. Like, her brain is gone. Like, it's gone. And she's really sick, and she's probably not going to be on this earth much longer. but it's like, I had to let go, and you don't get a free pass just because you're dying. You abandon your kids your whole life, and you put all this weight on a teenager, all this massive burden, and like, and then you repeatedly abandon this person throughout the years, repeatedly over and over again. Basically, like, she harassed me for money the minute she left my dad. Like I'm talking like 14, 15 years old. Like, she would be like, one day, like when I was 28, and this is kind of what triggered my episode, my second episode, I was like moving some stuff around, and I had saved all the letters that she had written me over the years, like all the cards. I saved everything anyone had ever given me because it was special. I had like this thing called like a hope chest, and I saved letters from my friends, everything. I saved it all. It's all gone now because I lost it all in my episode. But what was I talking about? Oh, so all the letters that she had sent me, like every card, every single one was like, thank you for lending me the money, I'll pay you back, da 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 da. And so that set me off, because when I was in college, she had done that literally like at least a couple times a month, call me up. Oh, we have this payday loan, or, oh, Jimmy got hurt at work, her husband, and or I have this credit card person harassing me, or the doctor won't pay for my medication. And it was constant. And it's like, when I had my second episode, and had to move back home at 30, didn't hear from her. I didn't have anything to offer her. I didn't have any money. I was broke, so didn't hear from her, really, not at all. Like, maybe like once every 2 or 3 months, she'd call up and say hey. And it's just like, it's so hard for like I know I totally went off on a tangent, but it's so hard for kids of like broken homes, like divorce. That is so difficult for any child. I don't think like parents who get divorced understand that. And then like, just like being like mentally abused year after year, and then having like this responsibility that I had, being the oldest and having to take care of my younger two brothers, and like they just hated me throughout the years. From time, like, they make up and stuff, but they've gotten so angry with me, and they blame me so much for the things that I've said to her, or like me not being more sensitive to her. But it's like, you guys don't understand, she's not a good person. Like, she's not a good person. And like, the thing is like, when I think part of the main reason why I had that panic attack was that I expect my family to be more understanding of my illness, and like appreciate the fact that I was out of my mind. It wasn't my fault. Yet at the same time, I can't handle this woman who's out of her fucking mind. Like, she's insane. Like, and it's not her fault. She's just like that. Like, but at the same time, like, I really struggle with that, because like, I can't love her unconditionally. I can love pieces of her unconditionally, but I can't love her unconditionally because of the way she's treated me and the way that she's done to me, the things that she's done to me. But yet I expect my parents and my friends and my family to forgive me for the things that I've done. So I feel bad about that. I feel like it's totally different because, I have bipolar type 1. Like, I was fully psychotic, and she's not fully psychotic, but like, she's just been so beat down by life that like, she is the way that she is, and nothing can change that. So it's just, anyway, that's what I was struggling with. Sorry for getting all emotional and stuff. I'm gonna get like on an upbeat track pretty soon. Anyway, sorry, this was like crazy long video today. But thank you for listening. If you are one of my subscribers, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Even, it's just nice to know, like, for me, that like someone else out there is like feeling kind of the same way, or having the same issues, or can relate, or whatever. I don't know. But God, I'm such a baby. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Trying to smile. I think I just shot snot out my nose.